time for Vlogmas, and I have 2 days. Today is Tuesday, the 29th. I'm gonna make for sure it is Tuesday, the 29th. And I wanted to take a minute to chat about the different Advents that I have, different activities that you're gonna see through Vlogmas with me this year, because I am gonna vlog. It is gonna happen. Unlike Vlogtober, I'm gonna do it this time. But I wanted to take this opportunity to kind of talk about which Advents I got, introduce the dyers, and maybe talk about some more projects that I plan on or I'm thinking about planning on. We'll have to wait and see. So yes, we are going to do Vlogmas, and I have a few Advent calendars here. And when I say a few, I do want to say that some of these were bought early in the year. Like, there was one, it came out in March and I ordered it because I knew I was gonna want it. And then come August, when I got the final one, I didn't realize until the packages started arriving how many I had truly gotten for this season. So, with that being said, can you ever have too many minis? I don't think so. So I'm gonna be okay with it. But this was something that was done over the span of the year, basically. So let's dig in. December is Alex's birthday month. So we will have Alex's birthday party, and we will be making cupcakes to take to her school. We will also, Alex had a book fair at school a couple months ago, and I saw some books. I was like, oh my gosh, those would be amazing for Alex and I can share some of it during Vlogmas. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about these books. The first one I got is called Holiday Crafts, 50 Projects for Year-Round Family Fun. So this is a book that Alex, try to get the reflection out of there. This is a book that Alex and I, you may see us doing some crafts here. And it's got Father's Day and Easter and back to school and different cards and flowers. And I mean, there's just a lot of different, and I'm sure Christmas tree. Let's see, let's go to that page. We'll start there. Chapter 10, Christmas. So in here, they've got several different craft. It gives you the materials you'll need. These are a present wreath. Totally age appropriate for Alex, right? I mean, these will be fun. A triangle Christmas tree. Yarn snowman ornaments. I mean, these are things that Alex and I, you may see Alex and I doing this season. Handprint candy cane. And it'll just be a lot of fun. Elf hats. I'm excited. Alex and I do a lot of crafting together, so that'll be fun. The next book that you may see us doing some things out of was Christmas Baking, Fun and Delicious Holiday Treats. Yeah, that looks amazing. And of course, you've got the coffee with the candy cane in the back. So we've got toffee, lollipops, fig pie, Christmas pudding, chiffon buns, fruitcake, and so much more. So this is something that Alex and I may do a couple different recipes out of. Gingerbread cupcakes. Oof. I am not a big cooked fruit kind of person. Like, I can't do a cherry pie or an apple pie or pineapple on a pizza. In my humble opinion, fruit should never be cooked. I just can't do it. I can't do cooked fruit. So I don't know that you'll see much of that type of baking, but something like that. Yum. So that will be another book that Alex and I may be doing some things out of this season. Now, this one is one that we will read from each day of Vlogmas, and it's called Christmas Unwrapped, a kid's winter wonderland of holiday trivia. I don't know why they had to say kids in the title. A winter wonderland of holiday trivia, because these are questions that I would have. Where is the biggest Christmas tree? Why do we hang stockings? Why does Santa look like he does? Who thought of decorating trees for Christmas? What's an Advent calendar? Is Christmas always on December 25th? What's the nativity? What's a Yule log? Why do some of Santas look different? So this is a book that each day I will pick a question. What is an Advent calendar? And I'll read what the book says about that particular question that day. And I may let Alex decide which day or which question we read each day. Who thought of kissing under the mistletoe? So this is something we will read from each day, the questions. And some of it may be stuff you already know, and some of it may be new. Who knows? But let's talk about some wool. It is 3:25 where I am, so I am not going to dilly-dally because I have to leave to pick Alex up shortly. So we're going to dig right in. This first one that I'm going to talk about is from So Happy Jane. So Happy Jane is a local to me dyer, and I ran into her at a market that was set up on Knittin' Public Day this last spring. And it came with a lovely letter. And it says, "Hello, Happy Makers. I'm truly excited to present you with this special offering featuring vintage china teacups. The journey of this holiday countdown calendar began back in July with a trip to my local vintage shops. I spent an afternoon looking at all the different teacup patterns I could find. I purchased many and photographed others so that I could head into the dye studio and translate their beautiful colors into yarn. Once I had finished dyeing the yarn, my talented daughter took each mini skein and drew the patterns that inspired them onto teacups. When she was happy with the different patterns, she used the colors from the yarn to paint the flowers digitally so that I could turn them into stickers and one of the gifts included in your boxes. I'm so proud of the way these turned out, and I think they make this box extra special. In addition to the yarn, I may have gone a little overboard selecting some of my favorite things to include. All of the extra gifts are stored in your linen bag, and I won't ruin the surprises, but they are things I truly love and hope you do as well. I hope as you open each envelope, you'll know of the love and thought that went into every aspect of the vintage china themed package. If you have a 24 mini calendar, you'll have a speckled mini alternating with a tonal mini. If you have the 12 mini option, you'll have 12 speckled minis and one full tonal skein. If you need pattern suggestions, please visit the So Happy Jane Ravelry group, where we have assembled some ideas for each kit for you to consider. May this season bring you peace, joy, and at least a little bit of time to enjoy a quiet moment with yarn and something yummy. Happy holidays, Heather Jane." So you guys, this was a local dyer. I loved the idea of the theme and how she's done it. I am very excited. This whole Advent, starting with day one, I will be putting into the Anthology Throw. I've decided with these china patterns, it'll be speckled, then tonal, then speckled, then tonal. I will be putting that into the Anthology Throw. So I do know where that goes. Here is my bag with goodies. I'm so tempted to just peek in there, you guys. Oh, I'm not gonna look, but I'm so excited to see what's in here. we'll open that on the 1st. So that is the first Advent we will talk about. The next one, I'm gonna move this aside, hopefully without bumping the tripod. So the next one we're gonna talk about is in this box here. Came with a card with a puppy on the back. So I'll see what she includes in here before I tell you about this one. Here's the card. Sending you very merry smiles, warm holiday hugs, and festive winter wishes. Happy stitching. A little letter. Welcome to our Barky Holidays yarn calendar. The spirit of giving this season will help these dogs and their friends find their forever homes for the holidays. The donations provided by the purchase of this kit will share light, helping these pups have a brighter future. I am grateful for your participation. Within this kit, you will find 25 individually packaged and numbered gifts along with one larger gift. The intention is to open one gift each day, counting our way through the season. As our traditions vary, you are welcome to start with either number 25 or number 1. The larger gift has been left unnumbered for your choice. I will refrain from posting on social media until after December 25th to not spoil any surprises. Each Pupper Mini is 20 grams or 80 meters of 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. The dog Hank is 100 grams or 400 meters of 85% superwash merino and 15% nylon. Therefore, you are welcome to stitch up one large project with these yarns or create your own unique doggy combo to stitch up several small projects. All yarns have been hand-dyed in my home studio here in Denver, Colorado. Each has been bathed in wool wash and line dried. As with all hand-dyed yarns, there is a chance of residual dyes rinsing out when you block your final project. Now, this 85% superwash merino 15% nylon blend is machine washable and can tumble dry on low. However, I always lay my garments flat to dry. Along with a Pupper Mini, you will find a 2-inch by 3-inch color photo of the dog inspiration in each package. You will find their shelter names on the back of each photo too. Plus, keep a lookout for extra treats along the way. More information about these adoptable dogs can be found online at www.ddfl.org. Please contact me directly at roadtripsockyarn@gmail.com with comments or questions related to our Barky Holidays yarn calendar. I will post images to Instagram at hook.my.loop and roadtripsockyarn. I cannot wait to see what you make. Again, thank you so much for participating in our Barky Holidays yarn calendar. Thank you, thank you. From Allie. So here's a little card. Herd of Cats Pupper Patchwork presents. It's a cute little card. And this is basically just talking about how on the back of it, there's some more writing. And it's just talking about how each of these hand-dyed yarns is inspired by a photo of a dog that's currently in a shelter looking for a home. And last year, a friend of mine had gotten, she had gotten one of her Advent calendars from this same dyer, but it was cat themed. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's absolutely, what a phenomenal purpose. And each day she would open up her package and show us the yarn. Sorry about that. I had an emergency alert pop up on my phone about a missing person in the area and a license plate to look out for. So yes, my girlfriend would open up her package and show us the yarn, and then she would show us the cat that inspired that colorway. And I'm not a cat person, and I love that there are cat people out there because those cats need love. I'm just not the person to give it to them. I am all about dogs. And so I talked to my friend, and she reached out to this woman and said, hey, have you ever thought about doing a dog one? I absolutely was going to get that as soon as I got notice. This, I think, was one of the first ones I purchased because she did put together a dog one, and I'm very excited about that. So, and again, all the information for these dyers will be in the description box below. Just looking at the clock. So again, these are all individually wrapped, and I will have those each day. So the next one I'm going to talk about here I feel as though I'm missing something. This one's really in there. So it came in the package for postage, and then it came in, and a little envelope with my name on it. Let's pull that off of there. So I believe these are a stitch marker advent that I ordered, and this woman took custom orders, like personalizing. So I got to say, you know, I don't really like things that are super heavy and bulky. I don't like stitch markers, and I'm not into cats. I did put that on there, but I'm good with just about everything else. And so she said, Tanya, I got a little thank you card. Tanya, thank you so much for supporting my small business this season. I can't wait for you to open all your surprises. Happy crafting, from Sam. And then I got a little puppy sticker and care instruction card. Your order made my day. Super cute. And Studios, Sam Savell, I'm trying to see here. Studios, Savall Crochet. Yeah. So it's basically studio, then her last name, and then crochet. Go. It's right here. I found her on Etsy. I'm really excited. She was super responsive because I did have to message her. So I'm going to open up this package and see if they're all, hopefully they're all individually wrapped. Little black box. A little bit of tape here. Oh, so cute. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at this. Look at these little boxes. It's a little suitcase with the number on it. So there's day number 2. Oh my gosh. So yeah, there's all of them. I would imagine these 2 are so that they could all fit. So what a great packaging. I love it. I'm so excited about this. And I love supporting, if you've watched me at all, you'll know that I love supporting small businesses. I love supporting local. So yes, that's my stitch marker advent. And I'm going to pause here for a second and do some stuff in my head. So then if you guys watched my video that I did where I opened all of one of my fall advents, and it was by Trilogy Yarn, and the theme was Hocus Pocus. I ordered her Christmas one, and it is Trilogy Yarns, so same company, and it's, the theme is Schitt's Creek. So if you've watched Schitt's Creek, I'm super excited about her her theme. I'm looking here. Her Advent did come, oh, I'm talking through all the crinkle. Her Advent did come with a pattern that was, I don't know that I will make it, but I thought that was great that it was coming with a pattern that I believe was designed for this project. So here's the pattern, Desert Spring by Judith Quinton. And I got a project bag that is wrapped in here. Looks like David's sweaters, if you've watched Schitt's Creek. So, and a box of goodies, which I will open, and we'll go through the extras and the project bags and all of that on day one when we open these Advents. Okay, so you guys, right now, that's where we're at. I have one more fiber Advent coming, but I am recording this 2 days before the 1st, and that dyer is local, and she has decided that I'm going to meet up with her before the 1st. So I didn't want to hold up recording this because I know how busy my next 2 days are. I will talk about her Advent once I get it. And I'm not stressed about it. I'll have it by the 1st. I just didn't want to wait to record this. So hers is Inner Yarns In. I did her Advent last year, but last year I did her Outlander theme. This year I believe it's Bridgerton or Downton Abbey. It's one of those two. I'll have to double check. We'll chat about it when I get it. And I also have an Advent calendar coming from my mom. She made me an Advent of stitch markers. And the stitch markers are all Alaska themed. So there we go. Now, we also have Advents for Alex. So I got Alex this one here. It's a puzzle Advent, okay? And each day is a 50-piece puzzle. See that? So each square is a puzzle that she'll get to open each day, okay? And at the end of the season, you'll have made up this absolutely amazing picture all the way through the season. So it's like looking into a big building, and you've got cats playing, and you've got a lady knitting holding a baby. Yep. So fun. Oh, yep, this one right here is Santa coming down the chimney. Don't know if you guys can see that, but that is one of Alex's Advents this year. The other Advent that I got for Alex this year is Legos. She has been into Legos quite a bit. It looks like this. We'll have it open. Each day is a pop out, but the top of this folds out and it gives her this platform to build on. So super excited for her to open that. And then a friend of mine got Cinder an Advent. What is happening? So Cinder will have an Advent. It's got salmon and sweet potato dog treats in it. Cinder's gonna be so excited. Not that she's gonna know any different, but what a great, thoughtful gift. Yes, so Alex and Cinder both will be participating. Up here it says, instead of 12 o'clock, it's treat, 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 treat. So cute. Okay, so you guys, those are the Advents that we were going to be doing, and those are the activities that we'll be doing for this Vlogmas, and I'm so excited to be able to be doing that. I will come back in a little bit and talk about projects, because right now I need to go pick up Alex. So we'll see you in a bit. Bye. Okay, you guys, it is the night of November 30th, and I'm sitting here editing my intro to Vlogmas so that I can get that uploaded. And I said that I would come back and talk about the patterns that I had decided. So you would have just seen, I did plan them out, and I had put the projects out, and with project bags and needles, so I know what needles I still need. And for the most part, they will be as you saw them. So as I look at this picture that you guys would have just seen, I have the little, I'm gonna turn a little bit if you see me looking away, it's because I have the photo up right there. On the far left is the Stephen West canvas bag, and it has just the minis stuck in it that are solids or tonal, but mainly solid, not too tonal. Those are mini skeins that I pulled from my fall advents that I will continue to add to make the Dathan Pullover, which I will not be starting that project until January, but I may add some more solids or tonals to that project bag. Next to that was the Believe in Your Elf red Christmas bag. That bag will hold my Anthology Throw, which I will be, I'll be using the So Happy Jane China teacup Advent. I decided that I was going to go with that because it has a speckled one and then a tonal and then speckled and tonal, and that will be, I think, as far as Advents go, that will look the most cohesive for a throw, and it's going around and around because it's a circular throw. So I'm excited about that one. The next one in the photograph, you can't really see the project bag because it's white and gray and it kind of blends in with my bedspread, but that is the Shortest Day shawl. And that one I had planned for my inner yarns in, because whether it is the Bridgerton theme or Downton Abbey, I thought those colors were going to be nice and bold and beautiful, which I have no doubt in my mind they will be. But I found out today I will not be getting that Advent to start opening on the 1st. So I'm having to readjust my plans a tiny bit. I'm not sure at what point in the future I will be getting that Advent, but I have no doubt in my mind I will. It just won't be happening for the 1st, and that shawl was one that I really was hoping to do with those colors. So what I will be doing is I will be using the one that was inspired by the dogs that were homeless in the shelter. And I mean, every one of those colors is inspired by a different puppy, and I think that wearing that around my neck as a wrap or a shawl with tassels, it's going to be just as great. So I will be adjusting that a tiny bit. I don't know. I may be thinking about that a bit, because the other project that I have up there is the Radvent Throw. And the Radvent Throw is one that I attempted to do last year, but I had never done the cast on in the center, and I wasn't very patient, and I really wanted something a little bit more instant. So I did print that out again. I am going to do that again this year. And I was kind of thinking each one of those patches would be great as one of those representing one of those dogs. So I may still do that and then just use the Schitt's Creek for the Shortest Day shawl. I'm not sure yet. I'll decide for sure. And then the final bag that you see on that bedspread was the black one with the tie-dye front. And that bag is full. It's full of minis from my fall advents, as well as anything I decide to add to it from this holiday season, because I want to make a C2C crochet blanket. And Alex from My Yarny Corner put together an amazing tutorial, and she had put it out there, hey, if anybody, because she made one last year and she loved it, and she had said, you know, if anybody's interested in a tutorial, I could put that together. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I would love that. And I've yet to make one. So I am going to make one this season. So you may see me doing some crochet on that C2C because from what I hear, it's highly addictive, and that's not one I'll have to wait for each day because that project bag's already full of minis. But yeah, at this point in time, those are the projects that I believe I'm wanting to include and work on. So I will for sure be doing the Anthology Throw each day. I would like to do a square for the Radvent Throw. I'm not going to hold myself to a tight thing, a tight schedule. I'm not going to stress about it, but those are the two main ones I think I will be working on. And I may just see how I feel about the shortest day shawl. I really do want that to be some gorgeous colors. And so I had that set for Inner Yarns in. I think I may wait and see how I feel about the Schitt's Creek colorway, if I think that would look good in that shawl. We'll just see. We'll see how it goes. So I wanted to make sure I came back in and talked about that because tomorrow we get to open up our first packages. All right. Bye, guys.